Alright guys, welcome to Amateur Cosplay 4.5. How to do the Dr. Insano cosplay. This should just be a quick video, but yeah. So basically Dr. Insano is a side character, from the Spoonie Experiment series that Noah Antwiler does on YouTube and on his website, the Spoonie Experiment, SpoonieExperiment.com. Basically, he's something of a mad scientist, who's very intelligent. He's made some great technological stuff, and he has a giant robot. So yeah, you can see the interest in the character. But basically, from all the times that he's made an appearance, it seems like a basic mad scientist setup. Again, no disrespect, Mr. Antwiler, if I'm making this sound like lower than it is, really. But from my interpretation of the character, you need a basic lab coat. I got mine off the internet. I went to Walmart.com, found one, yada yada. I'm pretty sure you can go. I've seen them in Party City also for I want to say it was $14, $15. I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, so you need the lab coat first off. The shirt has changed, a couple of times that I've noticed, but generally it's like scrubs, like medical scrubs. Again, not entirely certain where you could get those, but me, I cheaped out. I went to Walmart, I got a blue-greenish color shirt, because that was like one of the first colors I saw the character in, so I just went with that, because people can easily identify that. So yeah, you've got that. And then for pants, really it's, I've seen it jeans mostly. I can't really think of anything else. So, I just go with that. It's easy. Blam. Oh yeah, and then, of course, there are accessories. Stethoscope. Again, got this Party City, couple bucks. He doesn't really use it, but it helps sell the Doctor image, so why not? And of course, the glasses. Now, in my opinion, these look exactly like the glasses that he has, and if they are, if they aren't, if they're not, I apologize. If they are, go me. And I'm gonna put this down actually. But I got those at Party City for, again, Party City. If you guys want to support me, feel free. I'm just saying. But, yeah, I got those at Party City. I want to say, again, about $5. So, that's basically about it for putting together the costume for this. Here's where I'm going to divide the video into part 2 for characterization. Okay, so now we have the costume part of it down. Basically, really quick, I'm just going to talk about some things for characterization. First off, he is actually a doctor. They don't really establish what his, medical degree is in. Damn it. What his degree is in. It could be medical. That's what I meant to say. Okay? So, it could be medical, it could be robotics, nanotechnology, biology. It's something. I'd say, based on the fact that he has a giant robot, he's created a sun out of a weird ball thingy. He's only popped up a couple of times, so you can't entirely fault me for not knowing it. But, yeah. So, he has a healthy interest in science. So I say some good knowledge on robotics for sure. Something like that to help flesh out the character. As you're walking the con, if people are like, "Oh, hey, Dr. Insano." And actually, a little tip, if people call you Mr. Insano, you turn on them and you just go nuts. Because I accidentally did that to a Dr. Insano at, I want to say it was OhioCon 2010, 2011. Yeah, he did not like that. But he rolled with it. He stayed in character, and he was like, "I'm a doctor!" You know, so definitely he has the degree in science, and you know, he's a doctor, so you give him that proper respect by calling him Doc. You know, and if you don't hear people calling you Doc, but they want your attention, you turn on them and you tell them, hey, I'm a doctor. In character, of course. So, healthy interest in science. Actually, speaking of science, you know, he loves science so much that he can't help but yell it out at times. You know, like, I mean, I don't really know how to explain it, but he just does yell science at times. Like, science! So with that, do it in character voice, of course, and, you know, do it at appropriate times, like, times that you're really, like, invested in science, like, you know, marveling at what science can do, you know, make giant robots, you know, repair some guy's arm that got blown off, I don't know what. But, you know, whenever the word science comes into that point, you have to yell it out and do it in the voice. Which actually also in that regard, I'm going to find a link, you know, for a best of Dr. Insano video. Something that has a lot of Insano so you guys can see it, you know, hear the voice, and practice it on your own. So if you ever go to a convention and want to do the character, you can, you know, with the proper voice and everything. And, you know, as I mentioned earlier, he has a son, which is basically some weird ball thing with, like, anime eyes on it. He's only popped up a couple of times, so I'd say I'm not entirely at fault for not knowing it. But, yeah. You know, I'll try and find a video or something of it to give you guys more information about it, but, yeah. You know, I'd say you can carry that thing around with you, and hey, that'll help flesh out the idea that you're the doctor. Dr. Insano, not Doctor Who. Yeah, I had to work that joke in somewhere. And that was pretty unintentional. But I can't really think of anything else. You know, he's an insane doctor. You know, he loves science. And that's really all that I can say about the character. You know, based on the videos and some research that I've done outside of that. So, yeah, if you want to cosplay the character, keep those things in mind. And I'm sure you'll do fine at your convention, cosplay contest, whatever. And on that note, guys, that's all I've got to say.